Neil, another point. I asked you on Tuesday, is it a good point? Is this one a good point?
I think so, considering the amount of injuries that we've got at the moment to key players. But, in the game, it could have gone either way, I think. I don't think it was a great spectacle, far from it. But we played our part. We've come away from home against a local rival who's been at this level or above for many years. We're trying this out for our first time ever, I think, or definitely in a long time. So, yeah, another part of the development of the team. I think that managed to use everybody that we've got available to us this week. That 16 today was that was the 16 players we've got available to us. And we've come here and, as you say, could have nicked it. They'll probably think they could have nicked it at times. As I say, it wasn't a great spectacle, but I'm happy coming here where we currently are, in terms of injuries and taking a point, yeah.
There's never been any real question of fight in your team this season, but you're happy with how they've gone toe-to-toe with a team like Southport today?
Very much so, considering, as I say, Tom Aitchison pulled out yesterday. Christie gave me the bad news that he hadn't recovered from his Achilles. Thursday, Joe Mattock done everything he possibly could to be fit for today. You've seen us, Steve, and they're three big players for us. But the lads that came in, were superb, done really well. Lads who haven't had as many opportunities or have been in and come out. But the good thing is, as I've said to them all, we've all got opportunities, and they work hard. And as you say, it's just making sure now. It's cutting out the mistakes. It's the concentration element. I've seen a little bit of it creeping in, hence the changes. To be fair to them, they made, they're bringing on some real senior players, lads who've played National League or Football League in most cases. So when they made the changes and the two midfielders went a little bit higher up against our fullbacks and them are arriving in the space in behind Proctor and Carver, we struggled with that for about 5 minutes. So we made the changes. Once we made the changes, we got on top of that. But there wasn't many chances in the game. Their keepers made a few good stops. Our keepers made a few good stops from set pieces mainly. The main thing for me is that we put a performance in, and with the amount of fans we brought in it here, I don't know how many, 600, 700, whatever it was. Great credit to them for coming, and I'm just glad that we managed to get something for them.
You had periods of dominance in the game where you got a lot of the ball, and you've said all season you've had that, but not had much purchase with it. And to be fair, there were some times and instances where it was the same case today. But like you say, you had periods of dominance in the game. How did you feel having that period of possession in the game?
I thought, as you said, we were on the ball a lot, in both halves. More than I thought we would be, to be honest. But again, I've just said to the lads in there, it's the final piece of the jigsaw for us. We keep talking about number 9s and not about that. I mean, Robbo and Harvey were landing on some great second balls. More so first half, in and around the edge of their box, just making the wrong choice or not having enough confidence in themselves to pick the right pass. And it's just those little bits. It's tough. It's a tough league. You're coming up against some real tough teams. But the pleasing thing for me is we've used everyone today. And as I say, apart from, I think it's Brownie and Matty in goal. All those lads last year were playing Northern Premier League. So it is a step up for us. We're still acclimatising, if you like. Not the acclimatising from a football perspective. It's more for me from a concentration perspective. And also, having a bit of belief in themselves to just go and make that final pass, that make that cross a bit better or that. I think that was the only bit missing from us today.
And that's a good point you make. They're just missing. Is that add an element of frustration, do you think, where you've had that much possession, you've had that much sort of space in around the box, but you've just not been able to get it in or get the right touch?
Yeah, but that's been my frustration all season. But that's not frustration through lack of anything other than confidence and belief. That's going to happen, and we just need to keep need to keep improving that. You know what I mean?
With the lads who were out injured today, what's the time frame on them, do you think?
So Christie, hoping Alfreton back. Tom Aitchison, I would expect him to be back, and Joe Mattock, hopefully back for Alfreton. Then he said Accrington then, Alfreton. So yeah, I would expect them three to be back to available for us.
Does games like today give you like a feather in the cap where you've come to an organised National League North team and went toe-to-toe with them and could have easily got them 3 points?
I don't think a feather in the cap. As been doing this a long time. I don't get feathers in my cap anymore. I think I've been there that long.
For this team in general, maybe.
Yeah, I think from a confidence perspective and a club perspective, and obviously anyone who's close to the club know the likes of Christy Montgomery, how important he's been, Tom Aitchison, Joe, and I know I'm going over it. But that's a big test for us today, to come here after losing 3 key players, and those lads coming in, and I'm basically putting a performance in like they did. And as you say, from a club perspective and a fan's perspective, I think coming to Southport and getting a point, but more so I think the performance, not so much getting a point, but the performance. And we had a lot of control in the game, as the day at times. But I thought, in terms of on the ball, I don't know the stats, I thought we'd done some real good stuff. It's just that final piece where we've got to pick a better pass.
There's a period in that last 10 minutes where it almost felt like the same old story with Southport going on top, but your defence weathered it well. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, and I say that's the piece where I made the changes, because I did think Sonny was coming off one side, Burgess was coming off where they were narrower in the first half. I know Sonny came on sub, but they were a bit narrower. They were starting on our fullbacks and then arriving in behind. Hence we made the changes, played our midfielders a little bit deeper. But then we looked quite good on the break last 5 minutes. I thought injury time. We had a few chances. Charlie's tried to bend one in the top corner. So yeah, we had from a performance perspective, made up for the players, and we've just got to keep going. That's all we can do. It's no good getting too down, getting too high. This league's tough. Seeing the results again today, everyone can beat everyone. Everyone can take. The problem you find is with the teams down there, just not scoring enough goals, and that's probably the difference.
And 5 points from the last 3 games. Like you said on Tuesday, you feel a bit despondent about the manner of the result, but 5 points from 3 difficult games, it's a good return.
It is, but they don't come any easy, do they? Is it Alfreton, Scunthorpe, Chester, somewhere in there, and South Shields away, so they're all tough. But yeah, it's all about building confidence, building the team spirits that will keep going. But the key thing is, as you say, we're unbeaten in a week, 3 tough games. Probably should have won Tuesday, and I was hoping today that wasn't going to be another late goal for us. But yeah, the lads kept at it, kept the shape, kept the discipline, created opportunities, and wasn't a great spectacle from support. Derbies normally aren't at any level, but the thing for me is that we kept at it.
A confidence boosting performance. Where does the team go from here?
Where do we go? Well, obviously 5 points. Rest up a little bit. We've got knocks to the lads who've come in. I think now we'll back in training Tuesday. There's a Liverpool Senior Cup game Thursday, which will mainly be played with the academy lads. Give them an opportunity. There will be some of our squad, but again, it just depends who comes back. It won't be any of Christy, Tom, and Joe won't be that quick back. And then we get ready for Alfreton, which, in terms of away games, it's probably as tough as they come.
And with the results around you, there's a chance to go out the relegation zone, but it keeps everyone sort of piled in together. And when you're the only team who don't lose over the weekend in that pack, does that give you any happiness?
I don't know. I've not seen the league. I don't know the results. I've seen a couple of results, but yeah, I think I just got to look after Marine. I don't look anywhere else. I'll be honest. I don't know. I know everyone says it. Don't look at the league table and blah. And we get out. You might get out for a week. It doesn't make any difference. It's what happens in May or April, whenever it finishes. But the key thing for me is keep improving, keep having belief in the lads, having them believe in themselves, and keep getting performances out of them. We're going to win games. Hopefully, we're going to lose games. Unfortunately, that's football. What we've got to do is keep putting in performances.